I'm 75 years old now, and there's something I need to tell you. Something I wish someone had told me when I was younger. Not because it's clever, not because it's inspirational, but because it cost me nearly everything before I finally understood it. My wife died 3 years ago, and before she closed her eyes for the last time, she said something to me that split my life cleanly in two, everything before those words, and everything after. But to understand why they mattered, I have to take you back. I met her when we were both 23. She had this quiet confidence about her. Not loud, not demanding, just steady. The kind of woman who listened more than she spoke, and when she did speak, people leaned in. I fell in love with her fast, too fast, some said. But I knew. Well, you know. We married young. We were broke. We lived in a small apartment with thin walls and furniture that didn't match. But we laughed constantly. We dreamed constantly. We believed life was something we'd get to later. And that belief, that life would wait, was the first mistake. I was ambitious. I wanted to provide. I wanted security. I wanted to be someone, and she supported me. Always. Too much, maybe. I worked longer hours, took calls at dinner, promised vacations we postponed, promised weekends we rescheduled, promised time I thought I'd make up later. She never complained loudly. That's important. She didn't beg for attention or accuse me of neglect. She just adjusted quietly. I mistook her patience for contentment. Years passed, we bought a house, had children, built a life that looked impressive from the outside. People told me I was a good husband, a good provider, a good man, and I believed them. But here's the truth no one tells you. You can do everything right and still miss what matters most. I remember moments, small ones, that didn't seem important at the time. She'd ask me to sit with her on the couch. I'd say, in a minute. She'd want to talk before bed. I'd say, I'm exhausted. She'd suggest a walk. I'd say, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow became our favorite lie. She aged gracefully. I aged distracted. The children grew up and left. The house got quieter. And for the first time, there was nothing left to chase. No promotions, no milestones, no excuses. That's when I noticed something I should have seen years earlier. She was lonely, not abandoned, not unloved. Lonely in the way someone feels when they've been present for years, but unseen. Then she got sick. At first, it didn't seem serious. We joked about it. Doctors were optimistic. I told myself we had time. I still believed life would wait. The hospital room was small, too quiet. Machines hummed in the background, reminding me that time was no longer mine to manage. She was thinner, weaker, but her eyes were still sharp. One evening I was sitting beside her, scrolling through my phone. Out of habit, out of fear, out of ignorance, she reached for my hand. I put the phone down. She looked at me for a long moment, longer than comfortable, and then she said, softly, did I matter enough? I didn't understand at first. Of course you did, I said quickly, too quickly. She shook her head, just slightly. No, she said, not in words, in time. That's when the room collapsed around me. She wasn't angry. That's what made it worse. She wasn't accusing me. She was asking genuinely, vulnerably, because she needed to know before she left this world. And I didn't know how to answer, because the honest answer was complicated and painful and damning. She took a breath, then said the words that still echo in my chest every single morning. I know you loved me, but I don't think you chose me. I felt something inside me break. She squeezed my hand, weakly, but deliberately. Love isn't what you feel, she said. It's what you give when it costs you something. She passed away 2 days later, quietly, peacefully, and I was left behind with a lifetime of moments I thought were insignificant. Grief doesn't arrive all at once. It seeps in slowly through ordinary things. An empty chair, a quiet kitchen, a question no one asks anymore, but regret, that arrives instantly. I replayed everything, every later, every not now. Every time I chose productivity over presence, I realized something terrifying. I had loved her deeply, but passively. And love, when passive, feels invisible to the person receiving it. People told me, you did your best. They meant well. But my best had been comfortable. And comfort is often the enemy of connection. Here's what I learned too late. Time is the only proof of love that cannot be faked. Not words, not intentions, not sacrifice stories. Time, undistracted, unhurried, intentional time. If you're listening to this and thinking of someone right now, your partner, your parent, your friend, don't wait. Don't wait to be less busy. Don't wait for the right moment. Don't wait for tragedy to clarify your priorities. Because one day, someone you love will ask, directly or silently, did I matter enough? And you will want the answer to be obvious. I'm 75 now. I talk to her sometimes. Out loud, in the quiet. I tell her I finally understand. But understanding without action is just regret with good vocabulary. So I tell the story instead, hoping it reaches you sooner than it reached me. If there's one thing I can leave you with, it's this. Choose people while you still can, not later, not eventually, now. Because love isn't measured at the end of life. It's measured in the ordinary moments you were willing to give up everything else for.